Let's start with the method definition of printable. Even though while loop does not have initialization block, we still need some kind of initialization so we can keep track of how many times we want our loop to run. So in this case, we will declare a variable of type int called counter and set it to 1. This is very similar to the initialization block of the for loop, but the only difference is that here we are declaring and initializing the variable outside the while loop scope. The variable in the for loop was inside the parenthesis of the for, which means that the scope of that variable was just the for loop and it cannot be accessed outside the for loop. This variable here can be accessed inside the while loop as well as outside the scope of while loop. Next, we have the condition of while loop. This is exactly same as the conditional block of our for loop. So we will write counter is less than equal to 10. We will then write a print statement which will print the table for us. Again, this is the same as our for loop body. And finally, don't forget to update the counter variable, as if you won't update it, then the loop will run indefinitely. So here we have incremented counter by 1 after our print statement. This is also very similar to our update clause in the for loop, but the only difference is that it's not written inside the parenthesis of the for loop. And here it is. We have written the function with while loop and it will also produce the same output as the for loop did. Next, let's look at a brief comparison between the for and the while loop so we can clearly see the differences and similarities between them.